I'm John Kaiser in Vancouver at the Metals Investor Forum. It is January 18th, 2020. I am talking to Jean-Marc Lulin, CEO of Azimut Exploration. Jean-Marc, welcome to Vancouver.
Pleased to meet you again.
Jean-Marc, Azimut has been involved in exploration in Quebec, the underexplored James Bay region, and the virtually unexplored Nunavut region in the northwestern corner of Quebec for 15 plus years. How does your exploration strategy differ from that typically pursued by a resource junior?
Yes, we believe it's a central question. In fact, our core business is driven by data processing. We developed over the past 15 years innovative approaches to optimize the exploration process. We strongly believe that the better use of data at the scale of a province like Quebec is a competitive factor to de-risk the exploration process. And really, the core business is advanced data processing to de-risk the exploration process at a very early stage.
So you're using largely sort of geochemical data to develop hotspots, and then you're putting boots on the ground to upgrade it further. And you're not doing this thing of, okay, we have a model of what a Abitibi greenstone belt-like deposit looks like, and then you're just looking with tunnel vision for that. You're actually just looking at data and gradually drilling down, and when you start finding something, that's when you start putting the model to work. And the Elmer project is now the talk of the town. The stock moved from 50 cents to $1.50 on heavy volume. You reported drill results from 7 holes on a relatively small footprint. You've been working on this for several years, developing this target, and now you have the beginnings of a model to explain where this is going and what you need to do next. Why is this, even though this is maybe just a couple 100,000 ounce that you've drilled, what do you see as the potential for this that would explain why the market is so excited about this play?
You know, it means that the mining industry is able to recognize what is a rare event. And a discovery is a rare event. Even if we are at a very early stage, we believe that the grade, the thickness of this drill discovery is significant, and this has been recognized by the market. Saying that, of course, we believe that there is a strike potential, at least along a 7-kilometer strike, based on the analysis of the MAG data we have, based on the location of other high-grade showings along strike, which are revealing the same type of mineralization we have found at Patron. We think we have a shear zone based on the MAG analysis. What we have seen in drill holes is very encouraging. It's a well-developed system, 3 sets of quartz veins with mineralized wall rocks. We can say all the components are present within these holes to hope for a major discovery. But we are still at a very early stage, but you know, it's wide open.
So what do you have to do next to advance this project? When are you going to do it? To show us that it is more than just this outcropping area that initially drew your attention?
Just during the drill program, we realized that we may have a discovery through the first holes, and we immediately decided to start an IP program, induced polarization program, over a grid of 2.1 kilometer by 0.7 kilometer. This will be a detailed ground geophysical survey, and we think that this survey will provide us a very powerful footprint for the Patron discovery. And by extend along strike, we will have quality targets revealed by this survey.
Okay, so in other words, if the where you already know what the rock looks like in 3 dimensions, whatever the IP shows about that, and then you extend the IP survey along this whole shear structure, if you start seeing similar stuff,
Yes,
it's going to be a
yes.
very important
Yes, yeah.
signal to the market that you
Yeah.
have multiple repeats of these extensional vein sets within this mineralized shear structure. So that's, and when are you going to have that finished and ready to tell us?
You know, the survey is in progress. As you know, we are located in the James Bay region. It's a cold area, but hopefully we will be able to deliver these results next February, this coming months.
Okay, good. And
On
drilling, you can drill how long there? I know it's swampy and that.
Until the end of April.
Until end, great. So we have a 2-month drilling window.
Yeah.
Now, IP surveys were a big part of the mithril copper play last year in the James Bay region when Midland found all these boulders near showing that had been documented years ago by the government. They did a drill program. The results showed, yeah, there is high-grade copper mineralization, but it doesn't hang together, at least on that property area. But work that you have done and published shows that the geochemical anomaly, copper geochemical, is huge. It extends for another 10 kilometers onto your property, and then it even repeats itself farther west.
Yep.
And you and SOQUEM, your 50-50 partners on this. What are you going to be doing this year to see if the center of gravity maybe lies to the west of the mithril boundary with Piqua in that East Copperfield trend area?
Yes, just to put this into context, in 2016, we identified a large-scale copper-gold target covering the Piqua property. We decided to acquire it with SOQUEM. And since that time, we have developed systematic exploration work. Our neighbor, Midland, have made a discovery with the mithril project. But we, you know, now we have advanced into the definition of a 20-kilometer long target on the Piqua property, and there is a large potential target over the property. Now we have defined a 5.5 high priority target over the Piqua property. Next step, we will start very soon in 1 or 2 weeks, another IP survey, and this will lead us, hopefully, to define a drill program. And we are planning to drill the Piqua property later this year.
And are the ground conditions in that target area allow you to drill all year, or do you have to wait until things are frozen?
No, it's highly accessible. There are very few swamps, outcropping rocks. It's much easier compared to Elmer.
Okay, so this could be something that takes place in the summer.
Yes, absolutely,
Okay.
or even before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last year, you did a very impressive deal with SOQUEM, farming out your Rex and Rex South projects in the Nunavut area. They had to spend $4 million last year, which they did. They have to spend $4 million this year. I understand that drilling will be a part of this year's program, but it is a huge grassroots region. What can we sort of optimistically hope for that could come out at the end of this year from this year's spending in the Nunavut region?
Yes, you know, the scope of these two projects is to make a world-class discovery in far north Quebec. Of course, we already have very strong indications for the potential of, you know, a world-class potential. We discovered about 200 mineralized prospects in few months in the region, and SOQUEM has decided to move ahead to confirm the potential for potential new districts, new copper-gold districts. The next critical step, again, is drilling, and drilling will take place for later this year during the months of July and August.
The Elmer news has triggered a staking rush surrounding all the other land, but you've already selectively acquired dozens of other projects. I mean, we talked about the 3 important ones today. Obviously, market's going to be interested in giving you money to pursue the Elmer farther. If suddenly money was coming in from everywhere, what sort of budget would you allocate to upgrading all these other prospects that you have been generating that are on that big long list of James Bay projects?
Okay, it's of course Elmer is a success,
yes,
but we are at a very early stage, and we stay grounded even if the results are like dream results. We have to stay grounded, and essentially the next step and the next budget will be driven by technical results. If there is an opening to accelerate the program based on the results, we will accelerate. Of course, we can advance the other projects either through financing or new deals with partners. We will decide at the right moment.
Well, we may have the first big new discovery of this new cycle for the Resource Junior. I've been talking to Jean-Marc Lulin of Azimut Exploration in Vancouver at the Metals Investor Forum. Thank you, Jean-Marc.
Thank you, John.